All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. And in this video, we're going to be talking about, again, Gervonta Tank Davis, Rolly Romero, and Floyd Mayweather Jr. breaking his silence with a tweet about the fight in which he, throughout all other promotions, had been almost completely absent. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. Big fight this weekend, big weigh-in today with a lot of drama. Gervonta Tank Davis fighting Rolly Romero for Gervonta Tank Davis's WBA regular belt. Floyd Mayweather Jr., the promoter of both fighters, had been accused of wanting Rolly Romero to win, and now finally Floyd Mayweather has something to say, actually has something to say about the fight. But before I get into that, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you accept my invitation to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. If you are a longtime subscriber to the channel, make sure you just keep watching the videos. And thank you so much for the support over the time that you've been here. So let's get into this. Okay, big fight, lightweight division. Gervonta Tank Davis, WBA regular champion, former 130-pound champion, had a weigh-in today with Rolly Romero, who is the challenger. I think he's the WBA interim title holder, but is the mandatory for that title. Big fight, what everybody's talking about in boxing. Had a real interesting weigh-in, and where Gervonta Tank Davis came in almost a pound and a half underweight. Rolly Romero comes in about 3/4 of a pound underweight. So both guys look all the way together, look really refreshed. I mean, look like they're ready to go. I wouldn't say refreshed, look like they're ready to go. Had an incident where Rolly Romero tried to grandstand on Gervonta, flexes in front of him, and Gervonta Davis gives him a little shove, knocks him off the stage. Glad there was no injuries that took place, but you know, that's where we are in the fight. Now, one of the people who had been absent during this fight, during all this stuff, is the promoter of Gervonta Davis and Rolly Romero, and that is Floyd Mayweather Jr. He has been almost completely silent about the promotion of this fight this entire time. Pretty much, I had not heard him talk about this fight other than when he actually at any point in time. And I haven't heard him mention anything really about Gervonta Davis since he announced his fight with Dangerous Don Moore about a month ago in the initial press conference leading into the fight with Gervonta Davis and Rolly, and the fact that, you know, and the fact was revealed that he was going to have a fight, you know, the week before Gervonta and Rolly fought, right? And then after that point in time, Gervonta Davis comes out and says, well, I'm leaving Floyd Mayweather Jr. anyway, or, you know, this is my last fight with him, right? So pretty much this entire time, Floyd Mayweather Jr. has not been involved in the promotion. I was waiting to see if he was going to be at either the last press conference or if he was going to be in the weigh-in, and it'd be real interesting to know whether or not he's going to actually be at the fight at all. But he did today tweet out, may the best man win, and put on his social media the day and the time of the fight. So you can't say that he didn't do anything to try to promote the fight. And in fact, the fact that he wasn't involved probably generated more buzz around Gervonta Davis's name, you know, and the fight in the last few weeks, as if, you know, as much as if he would have been being involved on a daily basis, man. So it's just wild with Floyd Mayweather Jr. Floyd Mayweather Jr. is dang near blessed if he does and blessed if he doesn't. Now, as far as what's going to take place after the fight, when he says, may the best man win, If you take him at the literal meaning of that, he's got to be talking about Gervonta Davis, because there ain't no question about who the best man is in that between those two fighters. Gervonta Tank Davis is one of the best fighters in boxing, and Rolly Romero has a puncher's chance. But clearly, he's out there trying to stay, at least stay neutral on it. But I'm glad at least he said something about the fight and didn't completely sit the entire thing out. At the same time, though, it has been refreshing, though, to see Gervonta Davis out there and speaking for himself. The press conference wasn't any less exciting without Floyd Mayweather Jr. there. So, to a certain extent, man, you can see that, that your Gervonta Davis does not need Floyd Mayweather Jr. in the fashion that he may have needed him some years before, where literally Floyd Mayweather would sit there and it seemed like Floyd was the one doing the press conference, and Gervonta was just there quiet, playing second fiddle to Floyd, and, just the quiet guy that was going to get out there and fight. It's nice to see that, Gervonta Davis is not that quiet and that he's able to come out of his shell. I thought he did an excellent job at the press conference yesterday, going back and forth with Rolly. Now, obviously, he's not as adept at talking smack as Rolly is, but, you could tell that he was warming up into it more, showing his personality, being a little less quiet and shy in his interviews. And hopefully that will continue. Now, Rolly did say, however, that it was not guaranteed that he was going to leave Mayweather Promotions, and said that he felt like he had the best team, in boxing between him, Leonard Ellerbe, Al Heyman, ESPN. Steven Espinoza at Showtime, that was the best team in boxing. And by the looks of the promotions for the fight, by the looks of the way that the press conference and the interview went and the buzz around the fight, dude is probably right, man. And Floyd doesn't really have to do anything but take a seat back, let the other people in his promotional outfit take care of the business, and, continue to have that really strong fighter with him, at Mayweather Promotions. I don't really know if Mayweather has any other real they do have other talent, though, in Richardson Hitchens. Hopefully they'll start focusing on Richardson Hitchens and bring Richardson Hitchens out a little bit more, feature him a little bit more, make sure that he's getting more fight dates. But short of that, I think that really is, that's really the top guy that they have over there at Mayweather Promotions, and it would be best to keep him. But again, he says, hey, let the best man win. So hopefully that means that he is being neutral on it and is not sitting there quietly hating on Gervonta Davis, hating him hoping that he loses. Because at the end of the day, man, I don't think that Gervonta Davis, losing would really benefit him that much. Other than, obviously Rolly Romero, who is still with him and is going to continue to be with him for all signs, point that way. But that doesn't mean that Rolly ain't going to run off and lose to the next guy if he's lucky enough to be Tank. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Good to see Floyd Mayweather Jr. getting involved in the promotion. And with that, I'm out. Peace.